Lecture 11, Summary. In this session, we'll be summarizing all what we have learned in this course. So let's get started. Okay, so we discovered asynchronous Apex features. There are 4 features, mainly future method, batch Apex, queuable Apex, and scheduled Apex. We'll be having a look at the summary of each of it. So for the future method, it says that when you have long-running method and need to prevent delaying an Apex transaction, at that moment you could use future method. When you make the call out to the external web services and you cannot wait for it to return, so that then you use future method. You might use future method to segregate the DML operations and bypass the mixed DML error. Next is batch Apex. In batch Apex, if we have long-running jobs with large data volumes that need to be performed in batches, such as database maintenance jobs, then you could make use of batch Apex. And also for jobs that need larger query results than the regular transactions allow. Next is queuable Apex. So to start a long-running operation and get an ID for it, you make use of it. Definitely with the ID, you could check the status of that job later on. Next is to pass the complex types to a job. And definitely in future method, if I compare it to future method, you could only pass the list of primitive data types. However, you could also pass the list of S object, and that's what makes it different. And the next thing is we could also use it to chain the job. So when at the end of one job, you call another job. So this is also a great feature. Next comes the scheduled Apex, and if you want to schedule a class and you want to run it at a specific date or maybe once a week or once a month, so for that you could make use of scheduled Apex. Next comes the synchronous and asynchronous Apex governor limits. So as a developer or consultant, having the product knowledge is never optional. It's mandatory for you. It's really your bread and butter to know all about the best practices and governor limits, to keep a keen eye to all of the Salesforce releases, 3 releases per year, that is spring, summer, and winter. You really need to remember some of the generic governor limits, and for the specific ones, you could definitely take help from Salesforce documentation. Again, what makes you the best developer is to remember all of the platform best practices and governor limits. Thank you so much.